Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about American politics, and I specifically want to talk about the World King era. Okay, I believe when Donald Trump was elected U.S. president, his win was so hard, right, that one, it sent the Democrat Party reeling for probably 2 decades. I think Democrats just got a complete rejection of their entire worldview. And I think what was exposed is that the Democrat Party really isn't a functional winning party. It's a book club, right? That was living on luxury beliefs, right? They're just telling people stuff that there was no evidence to believe, right? And now the whole world's like, nah, y'all can check that noise. We ain't having it, right? But the other thing is, if you paid attention, the whole world was watching with what was going to happen with Trump. And his win was so hard, I would say he's an American king, but I don't think that's true. I think he's a world king. I think he's literally king of the world. Like when he won, Syria toppled almost immediately. The government of Syria, two governments fell over like immediately. Syria and Canada, right? Justin Trudeau's like, oh snap, man, I better like just yeet out, right? And like literally, the government of Canada and Syria just fell apart completely. The government of Canada flipped overnight, right? This is like real stuff, right? What I want to talk about is this huge possibility, which could catapult America forward. Riches for many, many people, opportunity for many, many people, and a reshaping of the world, right? And that is bloodless expansion. That's what we really need under Donald Trump. We need bloodless expansion. Okay, now what does that mean? Well, America needs to expand. We need to be a frontier country again, right? But everybody's like, oh, Vladimir Putin's murdering a bunch of Ukrainians. That ain't cool. And so the world's like down on war, right? Like they're like, no, you can't just attack people, man. That's not cool, right? And I think everybody's like, yeah, Vladimir Putin's a horrible monster. Not sure why the Russian people aren't doing anything about that, right? But that's where we're at, right? So how do we expand? Well, already Donald Trump actually said, hey, you Canadians, you can just join the U.S., right? And again, people are like, oh, that's just a wild, outrageous idea. But the fringe is the carpet now. There are no outrageous, wild ideas. There's just ideas because it's Trump land. And in Trump land, anything can happen. All bets are off. All traditions are gone. All civility is gone. All the stops are pulled. This is a no-brake bike, right? You understand that? No brakes, baby, right? It's wild. Where we are right now is wild. So the reason we're talking today is Peter Zeihan just said something. This is not a joke. I'm going to tell you his exact words from one of his recent videos. He said, Peter Zeihan, right, the best demographics expert in the world, right, said Europe is running out of people, resources, and financing. I was like, what? Right? So one, I understand the people part from demographics. Advanced, rich elites are not having kids, period, anymore. And that's all the people that live in London and live in Europe, right? These are, hoity-toity, hey, give me another Earl Grey, give me another Merlot, college-going, highly educated people, very modern, and they're not having kids. They're not getting married, and they're not having kids, right? So, and that demography problem is catching up with them, right? No more people to pay taxes, no more people to actually do the work, no more people to take care of all these old people, right? That's a real problem. The next one, resources, right? Yeah, there's still resources in America. We got a lot of oil to slurp out with fracking, right? We got plenty of resources. We got plenty of minerals, right? And so does Africa, and so does a few other. But in Europe, man, those mines are mined out. Or the trees are chopped down, right? Increasingly, Europe doesn't have a lot of resources, right? And this is Peter Zeihan. This guy is one of the biggest demographics experts in the world. He knows his stuff, right? He's like, they're running out of resources. They don't have rocks in the ground. They don't have trees to cut down. And even if they have both of those, and they might have those in a few places, but they ain't got the will to do it, right? They're not going to fish anything. They're not going to create anything. They don't have resources. The last one is financing. They're saying hey, You know, a lot of debt's no problem. Everybody's got debt, right? You just go out and get another lender, right? And Zeihan is saying you're running out. Running out of people, running out of resources, running out of lenders, right? Every day, some podcast, some YouTube channel is like, yo, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Germany's in a lot of trouble, right? Germany just had triple cost on all energy, right? Over the last 3 years, they're broke. Man, they got and they're having real serious problems, right? Well, America to the rescue, right? I really think, you know, if Zeihan is right, America needs that bloodless expansion. Germany, join up, baby. Join up. Join freaking up. We will take you, right? We'll split you into 3 states. You guys will be the 51st, 52nd, and 53rd state in America. I truly believe this is what could catapult Donald Trump from an unusual, highly controversial president to the #1 president in American history. New frontier, new bloodless expansion. That's what we need, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. Get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing and have a fetch millennium.